Hey there, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the dumbbell single arm bicep curl. We're going to be taking a neutral grip with this exercise. You can also refer to this exercise as a hammer curl. But basically what we're going to be doing today is going over how to do it. At the end of the video, we're going to talk about some of the common mistakes that you want to avoid. This is also a great exercise to do for people who have muscle imbalances. So basically if your right arm is bigger or if your right arm is smaller than your left arm, in this case, just for demonstration purposes, you want to make sure you're doing obviously a little bit more reps on the right side. So what I would do is like 20 reps on the right side, 20 reps on the left side, then come back and do 5 more reps on the right side. That's how I would do it. And in a couple of months, maybe 2 or 3, you're going to basically be caught up. What we're going to be going over also are the tips and how to do it correctly, and obviously how to do it safely. But before we go into those tips, here's a few words from today's video sponsor.
I'm today's video sponsor, and if you'd like help losing fat or gaining muscle, there are a few ways I can help you down below. Either set up a free consultation with us, purchase through one of our free affiliate links, or purchase one of our instant access affordable training programs. Can't wait to be of service to you. Now let's get back to the rest of the video.
So the first thing you're going to want to do is stand right inside shoulder width. You want to make sure that your arm can go on the outside of your body. So if your legs are too wide, then it's going to keep hitting your leg. So you want to be right inside shoulder width, and then you want to make sure that you're going through a full range of motion. So go all the way down, then all the way up. So basically fully extend at the bottom and then bring your hand up to your shoulder. You do not need to go anywhere near higher than that, because once you do that, your elbow position is going to change, which makes the exercise less effective for the bicep and starts to incorporate your anterior delt, which is basically the front of your shoulder. Then what you want to do is make sure that you're keeping your core nice and tight and your glutes tight. This basically stops you from using your lower back or momentum, or at least it makes it harder to do that. Another thing you want to do is make sure you keep your chin tucked. That way you're looking forward and you're not looking up. You don't want to place unnecessary stress on your neck by looking upward. All you want to do is just train your bicep. That's what's going to get you the best results. And doing this variation of the hammer curl, I find is very comfortable for people with wrist problems, because you don't necessarily need to rotate your wrist. That's a natural position of your wrist. They're just straight, which is just basic neutral grip. As you can tell based on my opposite arm position, notice my arm's down, my left arm here, and it's not like permanently pronated or supinated. Another thing you want to do is make sure that you're keeping the tempo nice and smooth and that you're not using your lower back in order to get the weight up. So notice that I'm doing it nice and controlled. If your body sways a little bit, whatever, that's not a big deal. But you don't want to be using momentum like on the first rep you're doing it. Maybe in the last couple reps that you just really want to get to that number amount, that's fine. But just make sure you don't get injured in the process, obviously. Now here's some common mistakes I want you guys to avoid. Limited range of motion. So don't do half reps at the bottom, and don't do half reps at the top. You want to make sure you're doing full repetitions all the time. Don't do that 21 thing. Don't do that. Another thing is to make sure that you keep your chin tucked and not looking up like this and placing unnecessary stress on your neck. You also want to make sure your shoulders are down. Relax those traps, because if not, you're going to put tension in the traps. Also want to make sure you keep your elbows tucked in. Right here, your elbows are flaring out. You don't want that. Keep your elbows tucked in as you can get it comfortably. You also don't want to change your elbow position. So basically keep your elbows at your sides. Do not allow them to rock forward and back like this. Also make sure not to use momentum. So basically don't bring your elbow behind your body and try to force it forward. And then lastly, you don't want to be using your lower back. Just stand up nice and tall with your core tight and your glutes tight.